How you doing? Good afternoon. Thanks for clicking on to this UK Europe video blog for today. The sun is shining at the moment, but the winds are blowing pretty strong out there, and it's starting to feel a lot cooler as well. As the winds today were pulling in off the Atlantic. We had fairly mild, not warm winds, but milder winds as compared to what will be the case tomorrow, as the winds now then start to turn more northwesterly, pushing in the cooler air from the north. I've had so many people today and the past several days asking when are we going to see snowfall, as well as the fact that we've got a hurricane on the way. Now those two things have been hyped up by the media, I believe, and we don't have either going to take place. We will see snow, but they will be confined way up to the higher elevations of the Cairngorm Mountains, portions of like other areas of the Highlands, and at best, if you're lucky, the tops of the Pennines might get a covering. But it certainly seems to be, folks, that after we've seen this tremendous heat late in September and the first couple of days of the month here, the media seems to have got a bit excited, I think, regarding the wilder weather, more extreme weather that we're not used to seeing here in the UK. And what's really annoyed me the past few days is the amount of people, and it's not the people's fault, but the amount of people who have asked about this hurricane coming. We don't get hurricanes for a start here in the UK. We do get the remnants of hurricanes and tropical storms, but we don't get hurricanes like the media are suggesting. And what I will say is this: the tail end aspect, the tail end description is a load of garbage, if you ask me, because I don't understand where the tail end comes from. We don't get a tail end of any hurricane. What we do get is systems that are born in the tropics. They're driven by different properties, both in the atmosphere as well as the very warm waters that drive these systems. These systems, when they're in the tropics, are called warm core systems, driven by the heat of the ocean, and that powers these systems. They're also spin beneath upper level high pressure systems. That doesn't happen here in the mid latitudes. But what happens is, once they turn around the Atlantic, move into the colder waters of the North Atlantic and start catching on to the jet stream, that's the more hostile strong upper level westerly winds. They undergo a transition from tropical into extratropical. They start developing fronts, a cold front, warm front, and they start to be driven by different properties in the atmosphere. It's warm versus cold air masses. The jet stream in between drives and directs these systems, becoming cold core systems. And what happens is that basically they hit across the UK. We've seen that with Katia. In fact, folks, what annoys me about the whole tail end aspect of the description, both in the media and other sources, is the fact that people say tail end, assuming that it's not going to be as bad as what they were as a tropical system. As for Katia, the central pressure of Katia as a hurricane was lower than what it was as a cold core, ordinary North Atlantic storm system that we always get. The central pressure that dictates the power of a system was actually stronger, with lower in millibars as it was as a hurricane. And that's where the information becomes important, because it crossed over the UK, sustained winds in the 45 to 50 mile an hour range at times. We've seen gusts to 72 mile an hour in Glasgow, just below hurricane strength. Edinburgh seen a 76 mile an hour gust, that was over hurricane strength. And we've seen Glen Ogle 86 mile per hour gust and 89 mile per hour gust at Cairngorm Mountain. Sometimes, folks, these systems can be stronger as cold core baroclinic Atlantic low pressures as they are a hurricane. So I do strongly advise you, folks, don't look too much into the whole tail end aspect. We don't get hurricanes. The waters are far too cold. The upper level atmosphere far too hostile for hurricanes to continue as a hurricane, as a warm core tropical system. We don't get that here. Interestingly enough, weather reports throughout the past day, today and yesterday, has made no mention of Hurricane Ophelia. Hurricane Ophelia, the remnants are actually passing over us today, but it's no different than what we've seen yesterday and the day before. And in fact, on Monday we're seeing a gale that produced 50-foot waves off Scotland. So significant, and today is no different. It's blustery, it's autumnal, and there's no difference. As for snow, we won't see it down at low levels. We'll see it up in the Cairngorm Mountains where a lot less people live, and therefore a lot of people are going to be scratching their heads saying, I thought we were supposed to get snow. And then the forecasters start getting blamed for the wrong forecast. It's the media's fault for falsifying the information and delivering the wrong information to the public. So that's my rant for today. I needed to get that off my chest, folks, because a lot of people have been saying and talking about snow and a hurricane. It's not going to happen. For the rest of the week, it remains unsettled, folks. We've got a pretty strong northwest wind tomorrow, as opposed to the strong westerly wind today, and it's going to feel a lot chillier indeed. Highs today at 16, 17 Celsius if you're lucky across Scotland. Tomorrow it's going to be 10 or 11 Celsius, much more October-like for sure. And we will see hail. We might even see some thunder as those showers rattle in off the northwest, and we'll feel distinctly October-like for sure, but nothing significantly cold. Basically what will be the difference is the drop between the 29 Celsius down to 14 or 15 Celsius tomorrow across England is going to make it feel winter-like, but it's just the sheer drop from the exceptional warmth that returned to normal. It will actually show you how above normal the past week or so has been across central and southern England. That shock to the system tomorrow for sure. We've got an interesting one. We've got over the next few days, the models suggest a warm-up into early next week. We could be seeing milder conditions again, and I do believe that we've got a pretty significant period of the next month and 2 months, October and November. Significantly, it's going to be mild. I don't see any cold coming anytime soon. We might get a wee blast of colder weather later in the month of October, but I just don't see it happening at the moment. And I do forecast, and I continue to hold on to the ideas from the summertime, that we will see a turbulent October and November, and that will be stepping stones into our winter of 2011-2012. This video's went on long enough, so I'm going to close for now. And I apologise for the rant, but I just wanted to voice my opinion on that, my thoughts. Hope you have a good day over the next few days. The cooler weather will not last, as we get milder weather trying to push in again from the Atlantic and the southwest direction by the latter part of this weekend and into next week. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.